played Tier 1 at Blast. They were a partner and then sold that spot to Heroic. So they've got the tenure. That core, they've been really well established and they have got the experience in this Tier 1 circuit. I feel like that will be the deciding factor, as well as like the mechanical ability of those players to really prevail over Cowana. Yeah,
they only narrowly missed out on the Legends spot as well at the Major. You know, that could have gone either way for them. So yeah, we'll see what they can do here on the big stage, the big LAN stage against this new Cowana gaming roster. We can finally see the lovely green visages of Ancient. MIBR are going to be starting on that CT side, of course, and Cowana on the T side. Match still paused, but hopefully it should be getting away very shortly.
Yeah, and also we listened to that interview as well from Exit, and basically BRN, that's what we're going to go with.
BRN. BRN.
Yeah.
Yeah.
BRN, we'll go with that. That's fine. Yeah, a little bit of a tease for the moment. Like, just getting the viewers interested. Like, we thought we were going to go in, and now we're not. Well, we can see the lovely camera shots. So all the players are ready and waiting to go on LAN. Lots of regional representation, something we love to see here, especially at conference.
I'm a big fan of the Cowana jerseys. I love that pink stripe. It's very stylish. Got the full blue for MIBR. Bit of a statement, but the Cowana ones, I think they really suit the guys.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure.
You're not a pink guy?
No, I'm just not a fashion guy, really, to be honest. I think all of the talent here, like, I've been saying to them, like, I've got no idea what I'm doing, really. But look, we're getting straight into the action now. We're straight into the pistol. In fact, no, we're not. We're into the second round of gameplay. Looks like MIBR did actually take the pistol. And in fact, Jota just going to swing on in towards the B ramps. It's EPL conference straight underway, and here we go. MIBR, a lot of map controlling towards middle.
Yeah, and Cello pushing up here with the MP9. Potential to farm up some extra cash. They're going to be jumping out there, trying to farm him down, but the pincer maneuver comes in, and it's just that MP9 that drops in the end. So very quick anti-eco there. MIBR off to a good start here on Ancient, and now the guns can come out for Cowana though, and we can see what they can truly do.
Yeah, for sure. A little bit of a clean-up job for the MIBR, always expected, just against those, just lesser weaponry, just against the Glocks, not really going to achieve too much. Cowana potentially hoping for a bomb plant, but immediately cut down. We can already see in towards middle why that is occurring, why these changes have happened. Jota just lining up the utility in color. He's going to be wooden that AWP and potentially just going to be smoked off. But look at Turtle, so aggressive already.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see this AWP in Color's hands. New AWPer for the squad. Seeing how he can be activated into that lineup. Particularly on the T side of Ancient, which can be a bit difficult for AWPers, just because those angles are often closed off very early on by the CTs. Not going to get any ground early on into this map. At the moment, Cowana, they're just waiting for any sort of action to happen. Just holding back, keeping it safe. They've got a fair bit of ground towards A main. You see they've been pestered out of lane early on. Maybe some of that conditioning from the round prior.
Not much utility for MIBR either. They're taking the control early, and now they need to back up. Cowana, they will need to just take some time, just to kind of work their way back into the map, establish some sort of control. We can see it here, Crystal peeking his way in towards that shelf position, trying to work his magic. Rest of Cowana gather. Potentially going to be this mid-split. Donut smoke coming in, it's telegraphed, but Jota's here.
Yeah, Jota, he's the man holding the angle, but they're actually not going to be aggressing onto him just yet. Just going to be pushing their way up into shelf here. Some utility thrown out from BRN. So now they're sort of pincered in here. A rotate can come through on the third player by MIBR. So 3 CTs on the side here for the defense. Crystal, he's going to be looking for entering out of Cave here. Boost coming through, but not going to be given anything. They're taking this one so slow. Only 20 seconds left on the clock. Another boost going to come through here. Jota, he's in a perfect position to disrupt everything. Trying to go for the spam, but shut down by Maddie. That's a double headshot through that smoke. Now Turtle, he's close by. Utility, very sparse, as mentioned earlier. Crystal ready to play contact here. If they do swing out, they're going to flush him through. A little bit of damage done both sides, but no one going down. Maddie holding the crossfire. That clock is ticking down slowly. There are kits in play, but no smokes. There's just too much ground that they have to recover. They have to save this one, Brandon.
Yeah, they really do. They left it late. Cowana gaming. It's what we saw. I think Yumi highlighted it on the desk as well. Crystal, he's notorious for these 20-second, 30-second execute bursts of pace, and that really just highlights this round number 3 here. Cowana gaming. Even though MIBR had all of those players stacked up, they even had a boost forming over towards long. It just wasn't enough. Really nice after plants being established by Cowana. MIBR just can't get a look in.
Yeah, good stuff from the rookie. Maddie opening up with 2 on the site there to set them up for that post plan and pretty much preventing any retake from coming in at that stage. Just the 3v5 becomes way too difficult. So good to see some early confidence from the young gun. So hope that one continues further into this map. And the T's bite back immediately and no one goes down. So the money's in a great place. They can buy up all the utility and still have money to spare, whereas the CTs, they're kept on check. This round here, critical for them if they want to continue an early run. Cello, he's going to be denied entrance here into Jaguar. That's ground now, taken by cowana.
Yeah, just going to chickle peek in with this smoke. Potentially can obscure their vision. Meanwhile, MIBR, they got good control over towards middle. You can see that Jota has just peeked in towards Donut. That's where HS is residing. cowana looking for this mid-round take once again. They're playing with 3 here. Just trying to work their way in. Jota, he's got a bit of a task on his hands here.
Yeah, sitting in Donut here with just the FAMAS. Does have a teammate deep sight that can potentially swing out and support. But you can see the T's putting him on notice with a few flashbangs, but they are interested in B this time again. All 5 players on this side of the map. Dropping a smoke deep. Just to deny a bit of vision. And Crystal, he's just going to creep up slowly. Going for a bit of a contact play here. Suspecting no AWP, but Turtle, he's holding the line. He's ready. That's a kill down. Collar, ready for the trade, but Turtle, he's holding strong. The trade, it's not quite there from Collar. Can't quite hit the flick. Now HS and Stefan have to try and piece this one together. Coming through together from Cave. 3 players in the area. The flank coming through quickly from Jota as well. 25 seconds left on the clock. Turtle, he hasn't needed to budge an inch. Just tucked into pocket here, holding it off. BRN finds the first. Stefan, oh, he's good for 2. Let's open it up here. There's a bit of a timing that flank. It's coming through really quickly though from Cave. Has to try and fake this. Finally, he's able to find the kill. He's on for the clutch now. That's 3 already in the round. Exit, the only player from MIBR left. That bomb, it's going down behind the smoke. Sitting there, and Stefan, he does it. Another clean headshot. 4 in the round for the German.
Okay, cowana, that's one way to do it. I was really liking the intention of that. They were using their utility in towards middle, and then they went completely contact onto B. And at first, I was a bit like, okay, well, this is a bit of an interesting one. You're taking a contact approach to that bomb site. You haven't really got all the utility to defend it, and then it's a masterclass from Stefan. He's the experienced player coming in. He remains on the roster, and that's a pure example of why.
Perfectly isolating each of those duels. Fantastic stuff from Stefan, and that's now put MIBR onto the pistols. Maddie just going to be bursting out into mid here. Trying to do some farming. That's Cello going down early. And it should just be a matter of cleanup here. Unless Judah can get away with something spicy here with this little boost behind the smoke. 50-50, not quite able to do it.
Yeah, just going to take a little bit of a chill pill here. We're just going to relax just for a second because just a little bit of an eco, just a little bit of the USP action. cowana, we can already see just kind of what they're trying to do in the mid-round, especially just in general. Just trying to take mid-late HS with just some quick, clean headshots, as we always would expect from him. cowana, they get through that without too many troubles. Lovely stuff to see, and we get a good view of the action here. Very exciting early doors to kick off this conference best of 3.
Yeah, I think we've had some worries about cowana, but this is what you want to see on the T side. Bouncing back immediately with those guns, looking confident, going for these aggressive plays, just the dry peaks. That's always a sign of confidence on LAN. That could be some of that experience from Crystal as well, right? He's had all that LAN time. He knows how to play on the big stage.
Yeah, I think as well, right? You got MIBR, and the thing is we have our worries going into it. We got Cello IGL in, and it's not really that refined because it's so early doors. The reactions to some plays, you can see the rotations, they're a little bit slower. And it's obviously, you've got the tenure, you've got the experience, but when you're being faced in the reality of that situation, you're playing with 2 new roles. The entire structure of the team is being changed up constantly. It's a difficult progress. And we can already see why they might be starting to struggle here. Guns are back out again. Look, we don't really look at the previous, it's just the pistols, but cowana gaming, they're heading potentially a little bit quicker towards A now.
Yeah, changing things up here. We often see B site as the destination for T's the majority of the time, so having a bit of a hit onto A can change things up a bit. Just exit on the defense. But look at that stack. There's 2 players in towards mid on the rotates. Oh, that's a miss smoke. Let's see. Maybe have to do a few more practice runs on Ancient, but the rest reign true. Now Exit, he's to be tested. He's the one here. Joda is managed to push through Donut to support him though. They're both playing close here. Can drop a defensive smoke to play behind Joda. He's going to push forward in a great position here, but HS, he finds him through the smoke. Exit tucked in the corner. Two of these players so low. Let's bring him into the smoke. We'll do it, but Maddie over the edge of it takes his head clean off. And that's the bomb site now for Cowana. And this post plant, well, particularly with BRN going down, MIBR maybe just has to scramble.
That just feels so easy for Cowana, right? They just walk into the site. MIBR, they're trying to trickle and dribble these smokes down to make it a little bit of a more zigzag passage in towards the bomb site, but not to be. They just win out the gunfights. MIBR, they're struggling early doors.
Yeah, no impact on that AWP, though. We get to see that out from BRN, but just shut down. Comes through Donut and just headshots just coming through. The aim from these Cowana guys is looking very, very sharp. And this is great stuff. If they can keep this form, they could be a bit of a dark horse in this tournament. It's very surprising. We didn't have any sort of set expectations for them coming into this, and already I'm impressed.
Well, what's scary as well is you look at this form of Ancient, you're like, okay, 4 rounds already so early on in the half. That's a incredibly scary prospect that MIBR are currently facing, because we alluded to it right before the game even went live, right? 5 rounds, 6 rounds, that's already a very good half if you're on that T side of Ancient. And Cowana, they're already building. Their momentum's rolling early. If MIBR don't stop this quick, they could be in very deep water.
Well, not going to have the best buy to do it. Just a scout for BRN. And falls on 3 there, and a FAMAS for Jota. Still not the ideal weaponry. Turtle going for the early aggression here in towards Jaguar. He's been flashed, he's been mollied. Can drop a smoke though, but he's kind of isolated here. Cello is here to support though once that Molotov does subside, and Maddie's not going to aggress any further, so Turtle escapes this time. But they do know he's in there, which gets very, very tricky for him.
Yeah, pumping the brakes. Trying to see if they can work an angle. Matty peek his way in with the pre-fire. Another Molotov lands at Turtle's feet, and that allows Cowana to get that opening pick. It's ground gathered.
That's such a tough spot to be in if you're Turtle. If you cross there and they're aware of it, you're just... What can you do, right? They're eventually, that Molotov's going to come through, and if your teammates can't support you, then, well, we saw exactly what happens. And they change tack now. Going to be going back to mid after fighting that kill towards B. Position themselves towards Donut here. 50 seconds on the clock. It's a little bit to work with. Once again, it is just Exit over that side of the map. They've gone for the 3-player lean towards the B bomb site, which isn't where Cowana looks to be going at the moment. The smokes, they're going to be starting to rain through. Maddie, ready to enter his way onto the A bomb site here. No one here to greet him, just Exit, sitting back in towards CT, covering that line. And they're going to get that bomb down for free.
Yeah, MIBR with just no information in this round after losing the initial pick towards Cave. It just means the rotations just can't come in. You saw how defensive Exit was playing, so worried about middle because I haven't got any reinforcements there. Just dropping the defensive smoke. MIBR, they're definitely not going to go for this. Potentially could even get hunted out on the exit. Stefani's just holding in towards Shelf as well. And just another round, another very good mid-round being taken by Cowana. MIBR, it just feels like they're being a little bit reactive instead of proactive. They're not really playing their own game. And potentially that could be a factor if they're not really too sure what to expect.
Yeah, that's exactly it. There's just no sort of demos to run. You can obviously look at Kowana's demos previously, because it is the same OGL, so there are going to be similar set strats that are in play, but with new pieces to the puzzle that Crystal can work with, that changes things up, becomes very hard to prepare for, especially if you're a new IGL, right? Cello, he's only just sort of stepped into those shoes, so, that can be a bit tricky, particularly going up against such an experienced leader like Crystal.
You got the question of the AWP as well. I think for BRN, on CT side Ancient, it's not too bad to look in towards middle, but otherwise, I think you can get away and you can afford to just have the rifles. Just go with what you're more comfortable with, especially if this defense just isn't working out early. You don't want to change too many pieces to the puzzle, because otherwise, it's just going to be a completely uneven playing field. You see the tactical timeout has just been paused. Trying to work some magic, trying to just reinvent and just spark some life into this lackluster MIBR start.
Yeah, but also a relatively new addition to the team in that coach role as well. So, there's been a fair few changes in this MIBR squad over the time. Obviously not to the degree of Cowana, but, this is sort of a testing ground for both these squads in many ways. Now jumping in to the action. Once again, utility thrown towards mid, those set grenades. Wonder if we'll see those change up with the changes.
What is a change up? Is Turtle completely taken towards this B ramp with Cello. It's aggressive from MIBR. They strip the control away early from cowana. Looking to do the damage. They are dropping a lot of their utility early, though, which isn't going to help them out if cowana manage to just formulate this execute and get onto a bomb site.
Yeah, and Crystal loves going for these late round executes. We've mentioned it many times. Exit, ooh, he might have an opportunity here, jiggling around side boxes. This boost is going to come through. If he picks this at the right time, has an opportunity to maybe find a kill, and that's exactly what he does. That's Maddie shut down. Knows the second is here, so throws a bit of utility out, just trying to keep them guessing, keep them moving. Able to escape that one. HS on the other side. The duel is able to fight him through the edge of the wall. So that's 2 kills for MIBR. They are chipped down low in the process, but they have the 2-player advantage.
Lovely response from the timeout being called. cowana, they reset. Their final destination appears to be this B bomb site. Bomb just heading over on Color's back. Working their way up the ramp now. They're going to have to contact into this potentially. Try and work their way in. MIBR, they've held their Molotovs this time. They're preventing cowana just from aggressing up this ramp.
Only a single smoke left out of all the utility for MIBR, though. So they're going to be the ones that just have to go for these aim duels, just have to find the shots. The utility is starting to rain through. Cello, he's flushed out, but he's able to find a kill in the process. Does go down to those flames. Now Color, he has to push up with the AWP. This boost, Jota, is he going to spot it? It's such a narrow angle. He can hear them throw the util, knows it's close by. The re-smoke comes through. Just trying to spam here and is successful onto the head. Fantastic stuff on the defense, and they keep 4 alive. So a great round from MIBR.
Yeah, really good response. Going to be happy with that one. See the smiles on the faces. But it's still one step to potential a long road to recovery. 5 rounds of damage could potentially already be done. I think flawless is potentially MIBR's expectation. Whether that will happen, I'm a little bit less convinced just by their defense. But a lovely reaction. They just took the control straight away from cowana. Made them very unsettled. And that's it. That's what MIBR needs to do. Just needs to get up close and personal. This is a new roster. Don't give them time to really refine the small things they might have practiced. And Turtle, through the smoke, he opens it up.
It's a great way to start it off. Smoke spam coming into effect. Obviously, still got the 25 bullets in the chamber for this A1S. That patch not come through quite yet, so the smoke spam's very effective here on Ancient. That's going to force cowana to reposition. Looking for info anywhere else on the map. Any sort of opening. They've been enjoying just going for these sort of spread out plays where they're just looking for any sort of free kill they can find, just dry peeking these angles. Didn't work out last round. They're going to try and repeat it here, see if they can find some sort of success towards mid.
Yeah, smoke's been lined up for Donut, and now Cello. He could extend here. He could be the missing prong to the MIBR defense. He's just going to hold strong. HS got a number of opening kills already. Needs the duel, but the shadow has been spotted, and Cello will claim that one.
Yeah, now Turtle tucked in. He can activate. Stefan doesn't even get a chance to clear the angle, and that's the bomb dropped as well. Color trying to reposition, but he's going to get dinged through the edge. Turtle is brought low. That's a leg, so damage done either way. No kill found so far. As I say that, Color able to find one. 2v4, still utility left, but 35 seconds on the clock. They know that the bomb is here. That defense, it's rotated over 3 MIBR players on the site. That AWP as well, holding the line. Crystal, he's going for the dry peek here, not quite able to connect it. And Color, with 20 seconds left, he's just going to get overwhelmed. Cello finds 2, 3 in the round for him. And now MIBR, a couple of rounds in a row here, starting to build up that defense, build up that economy, and looking a bit more comfortable.
Yeah, definitely. They're just really just reverting back to how they normally play. It's really nice to see. They're kind of getting in the faces of cowana. And we have seen, like, in a few stages of these early rounds, cowana, they leave it late to retake middle. The adjustment that MIBR have made now is they're leaving, I believe it's Jota, all the way in towards Donut, just playing so deep. Even if utility's being rained down on B, he can be then that player to rotate in late and be that lurch factor. cowana, they drop the bomb in towards B this time, going aggressive and throwing pace towards this Jaguar position.
Yeah, it's too many rounds in a row that they've just been shut down and not able to get into lane. And lane is such a critical part of the map for the T side to be able to put up any sort of assault. Otherwise, it becomes very telegraphed. Stefan, he's going to aggress even further. Puts Cello on notice. A few shots fired on the pre-fire. Smoke going to dissuade him any further, though. Has to respect that one. Cello, he's letting him know that cave is now his position. That's his home. But still, much more ground for cowana this time around. HS in mid. Bit of a crossfire here set up. Player up in Red House, then in Donut we have Jota holding the line as well. So a bit more of a lean towards mid and A this time. Just the 2 players on the B site. And Maddie, he's managed to creep out here through the smoke. Actually is done some fair bit of chip damage here onto BRN. He's been forced off, and now BRN, he's not sure where Maddie has got to. He's making his way all the way through to Temple here, just creeping and crawling his way up. Might find a play into the back turn, and he does. That's Jota going down. Can't quite swing onto BRN though. He's holding the line. And the kills, they're coming back and forth. Exit also found one towards mid. That denies this further entry onto the A site, but Stefan, he's capitalized.
Yeah, but look at the rotation. Look what that's done to MIBR. Cello, he's rotated away, and Stefan, he's trying to gather up that ground, at least temporarily. But cowana, they're swinging in straight into the new IGL. Immediate trades coming out, and now it's this 2 versus 3. But the bomb, it can't be planted safely, and Turtle just capitalizes upon it.
Just too many angles on that B site. No utility left to be able to block off one of the positions. They have to plant exposed to one angle, and it happens to be where Turtle is turtling his way in that little corner. He swings out. Goes for the AWP first, and then goes for the bomb planter. Good target selection to take down both of those. It looked a little scary there. Maddie had found an opening. It looked like he could have, ripped it all apart, but just the lack of util on that B site execute prevents any further progress for cowana.
And they are forced into this one as well. Aggression in towards mid with the MAC-10. Just going to try and run down Jota and Stefan. And he actually will prevail the jumping shot. Faster approach, and the rest of the cowana, they're now grouping towards A. The execute, it's coming in thick and fast.
Yeah, storming onto the site. BRN is holding this line, and he gets the free kill onto HS. No utility to block him off because of that lighter buy. Just a single Molotov left. He's repositioned. These players, are they going to back into him? It does look like they're sort of in that position. Yes, Collar, he's going to present himself. That's another kill for BRN. Stefan, though, he's on his incredible lurk through mid. That's a freebie. Turtle does shut him down. The 2v3 exit. He's close by. So they've got a fair bit of ground here. They know that these players are trapped. And Cello on the second flank, he's going to chime in and shut down any sort of post-plant situation.
It's flanks on flanks. First you had Stefan find a little bit of a gap in towards middle, and then you've just got that wrap of A main from the MIBR players. Lovely recovery from them, and they do get it done. I'll tell you what, you talk about Kwana's T size. Before this roster was formed, so obviously we haven't really got too many stats to really focus on. However, they did pick up like 48 to 49% of their T rounds coming into Ancients normally. And that's a pretty good stat overall. I mean, you still got the IGL of Crystal that's still that established player. So obviously they're going to play kind of in that same Cowana-esque style. And if he's been able to crack and have a really good understanding of how these T sides form, it's no surprise why they've got 5 already.
Honestly, all they really need is a couple more, and they'll be feeling good on the CT, right? 6 rounds feels good. You mentioned it earlier about how that 10 round on the CT is critical. So already a great start from them, even if some of these rounds haven't quite converted. Oh, Jota creeping forward here. That's Maddie Dispatch. He was trying to play sneaky around that smoke. Crystal not quite ready to be able to come in for the trade. So Jota gets that one for free, and he can back off. Turtles also made his way down ramp, but the spray goes awry. The trades are good, though. That bomb is dropped. Cello able to shut that one down, but not able to progress any further. All 3 of these Ts pushed up in towards Cave and Lane.
Bomb might be spotted as well. Perfect flashbang, but no defender's actually going to aggress in because of it. And Quana, they've got a minute. They've got a lot of time to really assess their positions, but they might just hit the accelerator. Color lining up some utility. This boost, we've seen it time and time again, provide a lot of success. Molotov in towards the cubby, nobody's home. Crystal and the gang, they're going to extend out towards this cave position and exit. He's going to spam on through. That's the bomb dropped.
Boost up from Crystal. It looks like it's going to choose something. That's a cheeky one. You don't see that every day, but he's not able to get anything from it, unfortunately. And so in the end, a fairly clean defense there from MIBR. Starts off with that opening kill from Jota, just pushing forward into mid, getting one for free, and then Cello able to get the trade kills in towards ramp. Just slows down the assault from cowana and ends up resulting in them walking into the arms of MIBR.
Yeah, lovely recovery. MIBR now seemingly on top, just giving partial investment for cowana. Got a Galil here and there, but apart from that, just going to be these upgraded Kevlars and Eagles as well. Bomb plant, that's the main objective for cowana in this one. And HS already being wallbanged down, but Stefan on towards Cello at ramp.
Yeah, nice kill. Does take a lot of damage in the process. So did HS as well. Going to give that rifle over to Maddie off the back of it. And Turtle holding the line. That smoke has a big gap in it that he's able to exploit. So that trade does come through eventually, even if it is a little delayed. All of these T players moving their way over to B, but Jota, he's already pushed up towards Evan here is testing out onto lane, sprays down and finds 2 headshots off it. Exit with a perfect flashbang to assist him. And these T's, they're just getting picked apart.
Yeah, they really are. Not a lot of hope for them in this one. Just trying to group towards cave. That's where the space has been left. After Jota ran away back in towards middle. Cowana definitely know that there's always going to be a player over towards long. That responsibility has been tasked with Turtle. Been pretty good over here so far. Needs to stop that bomb though.
Given what we've seen from him so far, shouldn't be too difficult a task. However, Crystal has pushed up through here, but he is spotted. Turtle's so aware. HS does get the bomb down, but would have to hit a HS if he wanted to do anything there, and he is unfortunately not quite able to connect it. So MIBR, up to 8 now.
Yeah, bare minimum.
Bare minimum.
For Cowana. Yep. Good bomb plant. It means that they can buy some more utility going into their future buys. It sets them up, kind of fleshes out the economy just for the last couple of rounds coming into this first half.
Looked a little spooked early on, did MIBR, but they are standing up now as it matters into the tail end of this half, looking very solid on the CT. Getting those initial land nerves out of the way after you've flown so far.
Yeah,
Cowana,
definitely.
not as long a distance for them.
No, true, but it's just the little land jitters, right? It's just kind of shaking it, getting out your system, maybe not have played CS after landing immediately, so it's good to see. Just got to shake things up. Just got to get warmed up here on the stage as well. Here in Yokaping, just got a little timeout going on. Kingdom, just you see Kingdom in the back there. I mean, he's been coaching Cowana for a little bit. He's seen a couple of iterations. I think he's been on the roster for around about 10 months or so. Just the German core. Now this is a new challenge for him. So I think in previous times, like he's only really worked with kind of one or a couple of nationalities, and now it's a whole lot of personality. It's a lot of new flair coming into this roster. It's exciting to see how both Kingdom and Crystal will be able to integrate this going forward.
Already good signs though in this first matchup that we get to see them. Once again, going to be pushing through, disrespect on Smoky Crystal. He's going to try and disrespect even further, but Turtle shuts him down. And Cello, he's also gotten so much ground here. Pushing out through that Jaguar smoke and pushing all the way down. 3 players from the CTs have taken control in towards round early on. And Jota, he's also holding down mid. So the Ts, they have just been pushed all the way back to their side of the map. Got a Krieg as well for Maddie.
Utility being lined up as well and towards middle. Hopefully the Krieg can come into effect. BRN, that's that AWP that we were kind of hyping up about. He's actually doing an incredible job so far, 10 and 4, doing his role perfectly over towards B side of the map. A little bit of a gap in the smoke. Jota is going to take full advantage of it. And Cowana, they're slowly falling apart at the seams here. It's all onto Color and Matty. So it'll be exciting to see where this one ends up. Bomb. That's on the youngster's back, heading towards B ramp. Meanwhile, BRN nearly takes out Color, but not to be. Cello. He'll strike. Because they've got so much map control. They've really funneled Cowana all the way back in. They tried to take middle there, but unfortunately it just fell a little bit flat.
Now Matty actually looking like he might just want to hold on to this one going into the last round. That lost bonus. With the extra cash he's got now, makes more sense to hold on to this if he can. Already has most of his util, so be in a pretty good position to get the full buyout. But nothing going to stop MIBR from hunting. They've got so much money in their bank, BRing with 14k. So they're definitely going to be trying to deny this AK. Turtle, he's just storming down towards Maddie. But Maddie able to dispatch him is brought low. Now 3 players rushing in from T-spawn. Definitely doesn't want to go down after time. That would not be ideal. And there's an opportunity that might happen, and it does. Cello just catches him at the end.
That's a disaster. Matty's only got 1.5k to his name going into the last round of this first half. The rest of the Cowana finances are in a little bit of disarray as well. MIBR, they've really steadied the ship, taking a proactive play. They're just playing their own game. I feel like the first couple of rounds it was shades of just kind of reacting to Cowana and letting them feel like they've got a little bit of a foot in the door. But ever since that pause came in, the change up, we're really getting to see it here. Utility being used so aggressively in towards middle, and Cowana setting their sights towards A main, but Exit is here already.
Yeah, Exit is here, and Jota in Donut, ready to swing if needed. BRN is already posted up towards mid, so that Jota can be freed up to support on the A site, and that's exactly what he's going to do. Things go quiet here, but now the smokes come raining through. It is A site. that cowana have their eyes set on, throwing out all of that early on utility, but not committing off it immediately. Here come the flashes though. Exit. He's the one with Jota behind him that has to do all the holes here. Swinging out with his AK, gets the spray to the edge on the step and on Jota, finding another as well. So many players here, although the utility is great. Crystal does burn out Exit. We're in the 2-on-3 now. Spoost trying to come in here to give a bit more support, but Cello, he's just holding it. Now Crystal, the man with the plan. The puzzle master has to piece this one together like one of his Rubik's Cubes. But I'm not quite sure how he's going to solve it.
Yeah, because he's just trying to rotate all the way over. But he hasn't really got too much time. And MIBR, they've read into this. It was an absolute crime scene on the A-bomb site. Crystal trying to be the detective, heading over towards the B ramp. But players are already here. Caught their utility out though is Cello. But he's surely not going to expect her to wait in the wings. MIBR take 10 against cowana. Join us after the break to see where this one ends up.
From the back roads to back streets, I see you foes trying to trap me, but I don't run like a track meet, even though I'm #1 like an athlete. And the way I maneuver around you and through you, I'm coming and I'm bound to pursue you. I'm everything that you knew of, plus more. What's in store is I'm about to get to you. Sleepless nights, better think this twice before you step to me and come and speak with stripe. There's a lesson when you reach my life. It'll be chin checking and I'll teach you right. Plenty tried, plenty failed. Too many times I've seen plenty bail.
cowana came out swinging with a good start, but MIBR end up putting up 10 rounds on their CT defense and feel pretty good going into their T side, I'd say, Brandon.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, look, they made very good strides just kind of overall in that half. We saw moments of brilliance, flashes in the pan. I think I'd highlight it as for cowana. Saw Stefan with a lovely couple of kills, just completely netting them one round. And I think as soon as MIBR figured out that cowana wanted to slow things down and then mid-round kind of into more, well, mid-round in towards middle, right? Like, they really just took a stranglehold on the game, and they just really took the pressure and forced it back to them. T-side, though, it's a bit of a different beast, but we're about to see how they head on over, starting off with the pistol round. Man with a plan is Jota with a smoke and flashbang.
All this utility raining in early towards A. They're just going to be storming into the site. Maddie is here alongside HS to hold this one off. Have to click some heads to make this one happen. He's pushed back, so it's just Maddie on the side. Has to put up the defense. That's first, but is shut down immediately. Cello going to continue aggressing forward, looking for further contact. Color is holding the line here. Baron did find a kill as well in the process. And HS, he's just going to charge all the way through, looking for a head here, and they're all just storming the side. Cello trying to hold the defense, but he is shut down. It's just Jota left on this flank, coming through from Donut. Going to be heard as well, that bomb. It's just being stuck in all three players. They're just storming towards him. They don't want him to have a chance of stopping this bomb defuse.
Absolutely perfect retake from cowana. You saw that as soon as they saw the execute coming in, they were like, right, you're going to have no chance putting this bomb down early and getting into positions where it could catch us off guard. Throwing pace or HS running through the smoke, completely blindsiding MIBR. It was a quick and wonderful retake, and it completely blindsided them.
Off the back of that plant, though, MIBR are going to force into this one, so get the Galils out. Cello with that deagle. He's been the top frag leader for MIBR as well as the in-game leader, so it's good to see that he's still able to put up the numbers while leading the squad. Ooh, early aggression here into mid. Jota, he's just storming out, going to catch HS mid-line there. That's an opening kill for him early on, but ooh, over towards A main. There's a fray back and forth. Maddie gets the double kill. BRN does trade it back. So early on, we're into this 3-on-3.
And that means Aquana, they're going to have to retake over Crystal. He's taking good ground, and actually, he's going to push all the way through spawn. That could be a little bit dicey, because that's where MIBR are heading back towards Crystal. You want to just maybe not take a peek in, otherwise you're going to lose your life. It was a lovely idea, but unfortunately it was not executed to the fullest of effects. MIBR have been spotted, though, and they're going to revert all the way back to their original plan of A.
If Crystal had just held that angle, they would have walked straight into his crosshairs, close range with the MP9. Could have done so much damage, but obviously he doesn't know what we know. And he just goes for the info play and is dispatched of. So these three MIBR players sneaking their way through A main here, through the jungle. Jota looking for early contact here. Color, the only one that's relatively close by, is going to make his way over onto the site. Doesn't spot anyone on the cross here. He's going to walk up into Temple, and Stefan's also rotated over. So both players are where they need to be. That smoke, it's on the right. But BRN, he shuts down Color before he can do anything. And Stefan, he has to be the one to do it. The plant, it isn't exposed to him. So he can't get the swing. BRN closes it out with 4 in the round.
Lovely stuff from the new gun.
Yeah.
Exactly what you want to see. And in fact, it's those two players that are the ones that are stepping up. You've got Cello in the IGL, and he's leading by example, putting his best foot forwards. And MIBR, they're all following up behind him. It was a little bit of a scary start, especially with cowana on that retake, but it's quite clear that just tendencies might be forming. cowana are very keen to just kind of get in the face of MIBR early, especially on their CT side. Got the momentum and like the position to be able to do it based on the CT side. Haven't really got the utility in this one, though. It's just going to be a couple of pistols. And MIBR, they just charge straight up towards mid.
Yeah, once again, this early control taken, knowing that if the forces come through, it can't be in a good position. Cello, a tag onto Crystal, just going to continue holding W here. They are not afraid, but that smoke might give them cause to pause. Oh, the nade, it's perfect. Straight into the toes of Crystal. He gets blown clear off the server. Cello playing around the gap here. Doesn't quite spot anything. But so much early ground here for MIBR.
Yeah, they're literally basically in CT spawn almost. Josh is just holding this rotation. Color, he can't move. He's anchored all the way and going to call Matty. And in fact, HS over. They're about to collapse all the way over. Matty with the quick trade. That's a rifle that can be recovered for cowana.
Yeah, but they're making the gamble towards the B site, and that is not where this bomb is headed. Straight onto A it goes. Those smokes come raining through the sky. Gonna bloom and block off any position, any sort of coverage. And for cowana, they have to make a decision if they do decide to go for this. It is the 3-on-4 with that full invest from this round. With that armor, they're just going to scramble.
Yeah, definitely. It's the right decision as well. You've got to play the longevity of your economy, especially with the Kevlar and the helmet. It just means that this round is basically just going to be almost a replication of the last, except MIBR will just be moving up the score tally that little bit closer to the end result. I think for cowana, look, you've managed to achieve that AK. That's such an important save coming into the next gun rounds following up.
Yeah, especially because you can see like Crystal, $0. Color, 1,100. You can drop that AK over. I mean, Color might be able to full invest as well. So off the back of that, you've got a bit of a buy. It's not like the ideal buy, but they could invest into the next one if they do opt to do so. Or they might just go for sort of a half buy, keep a bit of cash for the full invest into the following round. But then they'd be up against 13 and 6 rounds on CT. It's not really a great position to be in.
No, not at all. It's going to be interesting to see as well how Cowana are going to adjust to the early kind of precedent set by MIBR. They haven't really had the utility to stop them at middle, and MIBR are just taking those grounds. When the full guns come out, I'm interested to see whether MIBR maybe just like will flip the script. They go for like maybe a faster play, take the rifles immediately out of Cowana Gaming's hands. That's a question maybe for the future. That's not this round coming up.
Jota once again, early aggression in towards mid. HS just holding the line here with this recovered AK. Stabbing through that smoke, but not really doing too much at Jota. You're just standing in the Molotov of his teammate, burning alive there. But obviously does a bit less damage to teammates, so he's happy to get hot feet. This time it's the B side. They haven't really made a play over here yet. It's been A and mid that have been the focus. It's a bit of a change up here from MIBR, keeping Cowana guessing, as you rightly mentioned, the utility starting to rain out now. BRN looking for a bit of a contact here into sight. Throw out a Molotov here to clean out towards Pillar. That's Stefan that has to get forced back into Cave. That's where Cello is, and he's holding the line. One player down, doesn't spot the second. Worry about any push through from mid, so Stefan can be a disruptive force here. He's the only one that's kind of towards the site. We've got 3 players closer to CT, not really in the ideal position.
Looks like the grenades are doing the juggling act. And Execute about to potentially come in. MIBR is so far advanced up this ramp position. HS has to go absolutely nuclear. Going to be boosted up over towards short. And let's not forget that Stefan still resides within the cave. Meanwhile, on long, it's actually not going to fall into anything. And then Stefan gets felled in towards this position. But HS, he hasn't revealed himself just yet. MIBR could be a little bit scary with some of these players low.
Yeah, no opportunity really to exploit with that boost there. He's able to find a kill in the end, but by that point, all the teammates had fallen down. All the ground had been taken by MIBR, and they're just picked apart. It did look like a cute little boost. I like the way they were crawling through the smoke there, trying to find anything, but the heads just not presenting themselves. The plant safe behind that pillar. And MIBR, every single site they go, they seem to be very confident on this T side. You can see that pure rifle firepower they have at the top level of that squad.
And BRN, he will be on the AWP, so interesting to see where he will take it. Currently deploying some sort of utility for middle, but Matty's getting aggressive, wants to get in space and disrupt this Execute immediately. Turtle, he's been found, and that's an opening for Cowana.
Yeah, Matty gets away, a bit of a scrape onto his noggin, just to the edge of the wall there. Not enough to do too much serious damage. Slinks away with a kill. Utility very light here for Cowana. 3 smokes, all they have to hold this off. And Matty, he's going to go down to the dry peak from BRN. Gets dinked in the process with the AWP, not as big a deal. Now they can throw a smoke, and they're just going to slowly make their way away. They've done the damage, and they've caused the interest towards A.
Yeah, they have to split the defense 2-2. And MIBR potentially looking to retake middle. Grouping up with a couple of players, trying to work their way in. Got a little bit of utility, and Cowana, they've done well to hold on to theirs, and that's a lovely shot from Color. He gets the information, and in fact, he's going to rotate over towards B, and that hole is about to be plugged by Crystal.
Yeah, HS, he's the only one here that's anywhere on this A side. He might have spotted the play there. He does. He drops the smoke. So this position of Cello, it is known. HS put on notice here. Cello's actually going to continue to aggress up here, playing around this donut position. Crystal's rotated over as well. Cello's just sitting inside the smoke. He's made his way through. This backstab, it could be everything. As soon as he activates, he can slink through here. That's a free kill onto HS if the timing is right, and it is. Crystal, though, he's able to find BRN. That's an AWP taken out of the equation. Continuing to aggress toward here, the smoke. It goes down. He's pushed to in front of it. Finds Cello just spamming through the smoke here. Exit, he's got barely any time left on the clock. 5 seconds. Can't even go for the plant now. There's just too many players swarming on him. And now the clock has ticked down. But they're not going to face him this fight yet. Color does swing in the end.
Okay, so that's another T player dying after time. That's going to hurt the finances for him. Just a tad. What's interesting as well, although Crystal does incredibly well to not only get the kills, but he stays alive. He allows these rotations to come in, so maybe if any heroics that MIBR could throw at them, it wasn't actually going to be a factor. There was a backup plan upon a backup plan. Very disciplined play by Crystal. It gets cowana another CT round on the board. HS, he's now throwing caution to the wind, trying to take middle early.
They're happy to be contested here by Jota, though. He's already pushed forward in front of that smoke. Did land a little bit of rise, so he didn't feel quite as intimidated pushing through it. MIBR taking this ground consistently, and oh, that's a spam through the smoke. Cello finds Stefan. Fantastic opener for him. That's one of the big guns taken. That's one of the big fraggers for this cowana squad, taken down early. Crystal here trying to find any sort of damage back, but he's going to take a nade. A glancing blow from a nade.
Not much utility for either side coming into this one. As round 21 hits the midway stage, cowana are grouping. There's 3 players strong here on this B bomb site. And temporarily, it looked like MIBR might walk straight into the Lion's Den. Instead, they sent scurrying all the way towards A.
You can see 3 cowana players on the B side. That clock is ticking down, so they're going for a bit of an info play here, just trying to get a sense of where this hit is coming. If they don't spot anything here, that's when that rotation comes through. But we're looking at Turtle. He could ruin everything. He swings out, finds the first. A good bit of damage onto Color as well. And off the back of that, his teammates, they're going to activate over towards the A site. Maddie, he's the only one here on the defense. Has to go huge, and Cello shuts him down immediately.
Yeah, unfortunately, Matty was not able to get anything done there. And MIBR, with all the information, just capitalize upon it. Even hunted. Look at Jota, so aggressive. On towards the B ramp. Color's not ready for it. AWP stripped away, and potentially a rifle as well. HS gonna do a mammoth task to retrieve the sniper rifle, and instead, he's gonna try and hold on to 7-4.
He knows he's gonna be hunted. Knows that Jota won't be the only one looking for him out here. A bit of damage there through the edge of the box. He's getting closed in from every angle. No opportunity to retain this AWP, and even holding onto the M4 looking unlikely at this stage. Although, with exit going down, that is an exit path open to HS.
And now I'll just feel a lot more confident coming into this second half. Just really just stamping down their authority. And they're really just they're not disrespecting cowana, but they are just kind of almost running through them. Whatever bomb site they elect to go for, they can just take it quite easily. And also the executes have been perfect. No real missed smokes, no flashes that have really blinded teammates. We saw like shades of that in cowana on some of the replays as well. I think Matty over towards A, he fumbled a smoke, and it's part and parcel of this. Their first LAN experience as a team. It's Matty's first LAN experience overall, and it's just a little bit of nerves. They just got to settle in. But I mean, there's really no time to waste. 2 best of 3s, and you're straight away in with that Pro League spot.
Yeah, it's an intimidating way to start your tenure with a new roster, right? Your first LAN experience against a team like MIBR, who are one of the favorites in this entire conference. To be going up against them straight away, pretty spooky. You can see why a smoke might get, fumbled occasionally, especially with such a new roster. All the fundamentals have to be drilled in. Not a lot of time to practice before this series, but still putting up a pretty decent showing here. They had that good string on the T side, which looked really good, and certainly signs of what we should expect from this team.
It's an interesting decision as well. cowana, they've elected to save and allow MIBR to go towards overtime. Johnson clears his corners perfectly. So it's only that saved rifle that will carry forward. HS on the boost. That's it, eliminated. Now thrust straight into Crystal's arms.
BRN finding Color as well, and Crystal making that AWP sing. You wouldn't know that he wasn't a main AWPer before he joined this roster, so it's good to see him looking really sharp with the sniper rifle.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing incredibly well. Really good stuff from him. 19-7. Yeah, I mean, this man, I can see why they put him on the AWP.
Yeah, and Cello leading from the front, 23 kills, top of the leaderboard.
Yeah, really nice stuff. And I'll tell you what, they are, MIBR are potentially 5 kills away from taking cowana's map pick just straight off them.
Yeah, and we talked about Ancient being a really important map for cowana to win, that overpass looming in the distance, and that's a spooky one against MIBR. 8 chances here for MIBR to close this one out in regulation.
Of cowana, they need a way back in. Stefan aggressing over towards Jaguar, who's already taken the control. The spam, it could come in. Instead, it's a little bit of a spot. MIBR, they're hesitant. They're waiting for this aggression from the CTs to come in, potentially as a punish. And if they don't see anything, they can then maybe look towards A, because that's where the bomb's currently heading.
Yes, split 2 players over towards the B site, 3 here out towards A main, but that is where that bomb is, as you have mentioned. This utility being thrown out now by these 2 T players, keeping them interested towards the B site. The BRN, he's going to start rotating over. It's just Turtle here, just looking to cause disruption, looking to find anything. Crystal does shut him down before he can, and now Turtle's going to go for this peek. Matty, he's got the 2K there. Great hold from him. That bomb is dropped. Now 2 on 4. Color chimes in with the AWP, and BRN last alive, 4 players to find.
There's a chance, but with the bomb being dropped, only 35 seconds left. It's a clear call. Having and just holding on to this sniper rifle, definitely going to be a key to MIBR's success going forward. And yeah, unfortunately, look, the clutch can't really happen, but it's okay. Cowana Gaming, look, they recover. The rifles come out, they allow MIBR to go towards overtime, and they bounce back instantly. The difficulty for Cowana in general, though, is they're going to have to do this on a consistent basis. They can't make any more mistakes, so as MIBR will take the map.
It's not a great position to be here on your first map, on your map choice. But there was a map to stage that CT side comeback. It is Ancient. And it is a map they are comfortable on historically. Crystal has called this map plenty of times, has a good read of how to run it. Let's repeat this magic here. Keeping 4 players alive, good though, for the money. They can build up a bit of bank here. They can shut down MIBR and want, the next couple of gun rounds. There's a chance they can get up to the double digits, and then we can talk about that comeback.
Yeah, certainly not a question for right now. But in this present moment, Cowana, they're looking to take middle, disrupted by utility. And even MIBR anticipating Molotovs raining in. Instead, it's just going to be the spam from Crystal, but it's just going to miss the mark.
Yeah, not enough incendiary grenades in the back pocket to be able to throw that one out. MIBR get control over towards B early on. Often a contention point here on Ancient. Color, he's actually going for a bit of an aggressive peek here. The RN is posted up on the boost here on the box. He swings out, but Color hits the flick. Fantastic shot from him and shuts down the T-side AWPer.
Good discipline as well. He doesn't re-aggress. Cowana Gaming, they've sent a lot of their rotations over. This bomb site is really well fortified. Turtle and the gang, they're just waiting outside towards Jaguar right now. One's been dropped in a safe position this time, so it means that they can pick up the mid-round. Got to be careful. Cello trying to pick a fight with Crystal, but they get out of dodge as well. Very nice play. And also, take a look at the map. Matty is all the way over at A main. So if this comes in from MIBR and they make their way towards Donut, because the gap is currently in mid, this could be very scary.
Yes, the bomb spotted there on exit as well. So Matty, he knows that they're not coming towards A. He can start to flank all the way through from T-spawn. HS burning down Cello. So now it's just exit, Turtle and Jota to do this one. But oh, hold up, exit. Turtle, he's made his way all the way through into CT spawn. He's through on the flank. Only good for one though, and he takes all the damage now. Jota, that bomb is all the way back. 10 seconds left. Can't do it. Interesting
stuff. Very interesting stuff from Cowana, because you saw that Matty pushed all the way forward in towards A main, and then he just waited. And then at the same time, what you had going for them is that Cowana just start to push down towards the B ramp, and it just doesn't come their way at all. And unfortunately, it just falls favor.
Do you think the comeback could happen?
I mean, look, there's strong potential, but look, it's a long way off still. There's an avenue where MIBR would have to make significant mistakes to allow Cowana back into this one. But look, we're going to get straight back into the action here. Just going to take a little bit of a pause. And then get back straight to it. 9 rounds. Look, it's not too bad overall for Cowana, but it's one small step in the right direction, as we just kind of said. But look, I can hear the footsteps. We are going to get back into the game. Here we go. MIBR cowana.
Utility raining in through mid, but Exit, he's going to be charging up with this Tech 9. Not the best money for MIBR. Mach 10 and Tech 9 alongside the AWP. It's a bit of a funky buy. HS has taken this early control into mid. Jonah is sitting behind that smoke though, and he's going to regress forward as that second one blooms. Decides to back off. Doesn't want to give up that early kill. A fair bit of control actually for MIBR over to B. You can see Exit. He's still holding on to that Jaguar position.
Yeah, it's good default. But reinforcements are here. In fact, cowana, they're going to send a lot of bodies over towards the B side. They haven't really heard anything because he's pushed so far up A. Really likes this engagement. Has definitely been a battle that's been ongoing throughout the course of this first map. Jota thinks better of it though, and in fact, he's going to escape. And MIBR trying to fire shots through the wall, not meant to be. But instead B, that's where they're heading, trying to put this bomb down.
Yeah, but look at the defense here. 4 CTs on the site. The boost coming through, one towards cave and one tucked into pocket. 30 seconds left. This tape becomes incredibly difficult. It's going to be a brawl between all of these players. No one being presented anything quite yet. Stefan, he's going to slow the players out. He has to back out. All these T's ready to barrel through. The time, it's ticking down. Joda, he's pushed up, holding Stefan in here. Can't quite swing on the angle, though. This smoke giving him a bit of coverage, but Stefan, he can just hold the line. Crystal chimes in for 2 as well, and Exit with Tech 9. Only good for 1. 6 seconds left. Picked up that AK, but he's just getting peppered down. In fact, he might even just want to go down after time here, and he's going to be denied that.
Really nice stuff from cowana as well. They escape that potential kind of mishmash investment and they only lose 1 player. Really good for their finances going forward. And those are the rounds that can kind of get a little bit tricky. They can test a new team, especially when caution is thrown to the wind. MIBR, they bleed the clock down, they go for it, but cowana have the perfect read.
Double digits. Start to maybe get whispers. Isn't too keen on the idea, Brandon, but with just Tech 9's Deagle and a single AK, MIBR, ooh, with that kill actually, maybe a chance here. Mach 10 upgraded to the AK. Good start with his early aggression, plus they get all that control to mid. They weren't able to get much control last round, but this time, bounce back.
Yeah, another rifle recovered. Matty, he's been tested quite a few times on this A defense, and when he allows them to get into position, he normally actually falls by the wayside. Instead, Crystal turning the tides back to more of an even playing field, and Color just misses the shot. Turtle smoking off middle. Rest of MIBR head towards B.
Yeah, Turtle once again playing this lurk over towards that side of the map. Oh, Stefan with the spam through the boxes. Finds Cello. Matty also shuts down that lurk as well. So now Exit and Jota. Only ones left here. Smoked off from any ground here towards Jaguar. Oh, the reload. Really pushing through and abusing a bit of a timing there to get a bit of ground. But M4 versus Eagle. She hit some pretty incredible shots. Stefan should be in the better position here.
Yeah, really should. Once again, MIBR leaving it a little bit late. That's because they haven't really been given any openings for cowana. The AK can be retrieved at the very least. And as they head their way towards Donut, Matty's is lying in wait. In fact, he's even holding for this. This is an off angle that I don't expect MIBR to immediately clear. His first shot just drops him, but he turns the wrong way. Potential for MIBR to capitalise, and through the smoke, Crystal will strike.
He's just going to jump through as well. The flash, Exit, he doesn't commit to the plan. But he's shut down. The damage, it's done. Exit, he's just going to hold the line, keeps picking it up, but running out of time. Nothing left on the clock. And Stefan going to win it by staying alive.
Gets a little bit dicey in the end there for cowana, but I think that's a win for MIBR. They took so many players away. They forced a lot of rebuys out of this CT economy that's already struggling financially. And it just sets them up for success later on. They don't have to win the game immediately, but they put themselves in a lovely position to do so now.
4 rounds to do it. Timeout coming through for MIBR. That Rubik's Cube that Crystal has, do you think he solved it before he sat down at the desk, or do you think he messes it up and then does it mid-game?
I mean, It could even just be a prop. He could be like, hey guys, this is one I did earlier. It's like Art Attack if you're from the UK. But yeah, I mean, maybe during the timeout you just get things going. I imagine he's probably focusing on the game right now, though. 4 rounds, as you just said, is what cowana need. And, you know, they're bringing it back. It's becoming more of a question mark rather than just a, oh, you know, maybe, but probably not. Cello extending in towards middle now. Utility has already been dumped on in for MIBR, and he's got a lot of ground because it's currently uncontested, because there's 4 players ready to receive on B.
Yeah, well, that commitment of utility has given them space, but not a lot left for them. Re-aggression here in towards lane. That's going to give the CTs control of that side of the map. That lean 4 players over there is going to pay off. And this deep control towards mid, it's not really capitalized. Cello doesn't push any further into Red House. Just going to hold top mid here. Almost on 30 kills, by the way. He's having an absolute incredible game. The CTs have rotated over. MIBR yet to commit.
Yeah, got the information from pushing forward towards Shelf with the deep smoke. And now Matty, he's always seemingly to be tested. Jota, he's just creeping his way through the smoke. He could be the fawn in Kawani's game inside, and he completely cut it all down. HS gets pinced in a moment, and Turtle doubles up. This is the beginning of the end, potentially.
Crystal and Stefan, they have to do it all. The 2 players that have been in this roster the longest, the 2 Germans, have to piece this one together. They do have utility. They do have the kit, so there is an opportunity here. Just have to find these kills. Crystal, he's looking to take first contact. On the back of that utility throwing through, he's going to poke his head out. Bit of damage done. They know he's here, just juggling around here, throwing out the flashbangs, and he's left all alone. The spray, it's only good for one, and MIBR take the first map of Ancient.
Yeah, they do. They take the map pick away from cowana, and they go into their map pick a little bit more confident. It was a little bit shaky, I believe. I think that's a fair assessment for MIBR, but they do get the job done. But on the flip side of things, an impressive first outing for this new cowana lineup.
Yeah, they really showed that when it got a bit tough there, when that map point came up, they were able to dig deep, show that resilience, and I think that's a really good sign, particularly when you've got younger players in, new players that haven't played in the squad.